Have you ever considered the fact that just as a garden needs to be cleaned up regularly, so must our thoughts, so must our soul, so must our heart. We have to take up what has flown into our heart and try to take up space where good wanted to grow. We need to pull up not just the surface level things, like we know that there's some basic bad habits that we might pick up, but there's some things that are also deeply rooted that we might need to watch a little early on for. So you can just take the surface level of a weed and just, put it to the side. But then if you start digging, you'll get to the root of it. And we need to dig up sometimes. We need to assess our lives and dig up the roots, the negative thoughts, the bad thought patterns, the bad things we say, even about our own lives that maybe we have for a long time said, um, you know, well, I'm always going to be whatever, or this is just how I am. Those are types of weeds. And there are some strong, sturdy weeds that can grow. There are things in your life that can take root, that just take over the good thoughts in your mind, the things that actually want to be flourishing and bountiful are stifled because of bad thoughts. So I want us to consider that your mind is a garden. It can grow beautiful things, it can grow weeds. It can be stifled, it can be dry, it can be flourishing. And just think about that. Your life, your thoughts are flourishing. And if you let them, if you have good ground, if you have cultivated that ground, if you're careful with your thoughts, I'm not saying you have to be like, just some sort of garden police of your brain, but we should take a good assessment. We should take careful thought about what we are thinking about and what goes in our minds. We cannot control the air that brings, these thoughts come sometimes want to plant seeds. And we just have to quickly recognize, oh, that's a bad thought. Let's pick it up. Let's pluck it out. I don't want that there. A weed is not only something that that is bad for your plant, but it's something you just didn't put there necessarily. So it could be something that isn't just for you. So just because someone else likes to have radishes doesn't mean that you want radishes in your garden. You're like, where did this come from? Let's get rid of that because I don't want radishes in my garden, or whatever the case. And that's a metaphor. So maybe you don't want to be thinking about how to do some sort of habit that somebody else has taken up that may not be harmful for them, but you don't need to be part of that. Excessive spending, going places you normally, just are like, they don't help your life along. So start thinking about that. Think about cultivating your thoughts, a garden. We're doing that now in the springtime. We're looking and assessing our ground. Do we need more mulch, or do we need more things in our garden to help it grow? Yes, absolutely. You need to assess your soil, the soil of your mind and your heart, so that you have a flourishing, healthy garden this year.